On tonight's show, we have radio personality, actress, and writer Elo Copeland. And now for your host, KoolKard. Hey, what up, good people? It's KoolKard. Welcome to another episode of Kickin with KoolKard. We are at episode 11. We've got over the little benchmark of episode 10. On to 11, and it's on. So we are going to continue on this journey, bringing people on to give you some value, be transparent with you, share some nuggets about their journey, trying to reach their goals, not trying, but reaching their goals, and on their journey to reaching their goals, just dropping some nuggets for you so you can kind of jump over the pitfalls that they've incurred or they've experienced. See the little snakes in the grass and all that good stuff. Well, that's not good stuff, but all those type of things, man. We just want to be transparent because in this day and age, people try to hold information. And there's a lot of people out there that want to do great things for themselves, want to be great, and they just lack the knowledge. They don't know what they should know. So we're here to provide a little something. We just want to be a healthy contribution to the ecosystem of entrepreneurs and just people who have dreams and desires and goals and stuff like that. So episode 10, if you tuned in or if you watched the replay, you know we had Team God Fit Clothing. It's fitness, fashion, and faith. So faith-based apparel company. But it's some good stuff that they got going on over there. Go check them out on Instagram at Team God Fit. They have all of their merchandise there. Their website should be up soon. It's under construction right now, but you can DM for prices if you see something you like. I got a couple pieces myself. But yeah, check them out. This week, we have Elo Copeland. Now, Elo Copeland, she is known as Miss Elo. She is an actress. She's a writer. She's a radio personality. She has her own talk show on radio. So that's a big deal. We'll get into that, talk a little bit about that, dive into her world and see how it has been for her on her journey as an entertainer, as an entrepreneur, and a woman in the business. So all of that. So she's not just a woman in the business. We don't want to just single that out, but we're going to talk about talk a little bit about that, her experiences as a woman in the business, and so on and so forth. All right, so without further ado, let's bring her about. And it's on. Lois.
Yeah.
What's going on?
Funny because I haven't been called Lois in so long. It's crazy.
So there's some history behind that name there.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, there is. My full name is Eddie Lois Copeland.
What is it?
Hence my show, Lois Lane Radio.
Oh, okay. I was gonna ask you what was behind the name of Lois Lane. Okay, I got you.
Cool. Yeah. I was actually gonna open that up this week.
Oh, you were? You're gonna talk about that, so I let the cat out the bag there.
No, it's fine. It's absolutely fine.
Okay,
yeah.
Cool. Well, thank you for coming on the show. Thank you for joining me and making yourself available.
Yeah.
Really appreciate that. So before we get into your interview, let's just talk a little bit about this Kobe thing. Did you watch it?
I watched a little bit of it because of work, of course.
Okay.
But yeah, I have mixed feelings about everything. It's very, very unfortunate. It's sad. And of course, everybody involved lost someone, that was very near and dear to them. But yeah, with politics and with things that happen around the world, I just have a different thought process in regards to it. Yeah, but I named my dog after Kobe. Like seriously,
man,
he was.
Yeah.
And I'm not even. That's the funny thing. I'm not even like a big sports person, but it was a few people that I kind of like took to when I would actually watch basketball, and Kobe was one.
Right.
And that was 7 years ago when I first got my dog. So yeah, when it happened, I'm calling my dog. I'm like, it feels so weird now to call you Kobe.
So it means a little. I'm not gonna say it means a little bit more to you, but it does hit home hard for you.
Yeah.
But I watched most of it. I can say that it was well put together, well done. Everyone that spoke eloquently and very heartfelt. It's a couple tear jerkers in there. You just never get
A
through
lot.
it, man.
That's why I didn't want to watch
Yeah, it's
it.
tough, man. It's tough.
Because
It is.
I've seen a few, and then especially with his wife, I was just like, I can't, I
Yeah,
cannot.
yeah. I
Yeah,
mean, but she took it in stride, though. I thought she was. I didn't think she was going to
yeah,
speak as well as she spoke, as far as keeping it
yeah,
together. She
yeah.
did a
She's stronger
really
than
good
he
job.
is.
But
Yeah,
I know it had to be hard. And like little Duval posted, he was like, "Man, she didn't have to do that for us. She didn't have to do that.
yeah,
She didn't have to speak." And so that showed a lot of strength for her. But I think she probably did that more so for her
for
healing as
them.
well and for her children.
Yeah,
Which is good. So, hey, man, my heart goes out to everybody involved. It's just a sad
absolutely.
situation. It's unbelievable. Still feels
Yeah,
unreal. You know.
it is. It really is unreal. Like you just, oh my God,
Yeah.
every the world stopped. Like literally,
Yeah.
like
Literally
every
stopped.
every
Like,
time, somebody who makes such an impact to our culture and they pass, and it's so sudden.
yeah.
It just makes
and
a
and
big
then the
difference.
way and
So
then the way it happened, it's tough.
yeah,
That's
yeah,
really tough. You can't
definitely.
even wrap your mind around it. It's like, no, like, oh my god, it's
And
crazy. It's really crazy.
the weird thing about it is it could happen at any time to it,
Anytime and anyone.
and we don't look at it that way.
Right.
And I guess that's why it's such a shock factor. It's like
Yeah.
even when we're in our car, even if we're on a plane or just whatever type of travel we're doing,
Yeah.
just regular day to
Anyone.
day,
Anyone.
you know.
And then with that situation, the children made it even harder. The children, man, the children. Oh man. Yeah, that's tough. All right, let's talk about you. We're not gonna brush that aside, but I can't take too much of it.
Yeah,
It's tough. So
got
you,
it.
you. All right.
Oh,
So you're from Miami originally. You're now living in
yes.
Atlanta. What brought you to Atlanta?
Um, Funny story because I was actually living in Gainesville, Florida before I moved to Atlanta, and I have been living here for about 15 years.
Okay.
Life took a different toll after a breakup, and so I had been visiting Atlanta for a good little minute, and I really liked it. I liked the culture. I liked the fact that it was a lot of us. I like that it was homey feeling, like the Southern hospitality,
Right.
all of that. And then I made friends when I was just visiting,
Okay.
and so I was like, you know what? I was talking to someone about moving, and I wasn't really sure. And then I was like, I'm just going to do it because I had not lived anywhere outside of Florida.
Right.
And this was like a huge life changing decision for me. And it wasn't because I was like after entertainment or after acting or anything. It was just because I felt like I needed to do something else,
Right.
and I wanted to do more because I was literally just going to work, going to school, going to church, and back
Back
home.
home. So you need some change
And
in your
yeah,
life.
and it was probably maybe a vacation or two a year. So I was
Yeah.
just really
And
like trying to figure out what I really wanted to do because I was just doing stuff for other people for so long. And the the funny thing about it was I was like, corporate life is just it's not enough for me. Like
right.
I loved what I did in regards to work, but it was just not enough.
So
And then
how
when I got here, I kind of got forced forced into acting by way of mafia
okay.
producers and
Oh, so
executives.
so wait, hold on. I'm sorry, but people don't know about this. We'll tell them about it. So
Okay.
Mafia is kind of like your first dive into the film world
Yeah,
and the acting.
sure, yeah.
Oh, okay. So I thought you had been
Because
acting.
I was what happened was I was what had happened was I was trying to create a nonprofit organization,
Mhm.
and I wanted to attend the class for editing so I can create my own, program.
Okay. Stop right
And
there. Stop right there. So
mhm,
you're very good at editing, by the way. So
thank you.
it you didn't just start editing though, did you?
Yeah, that was my first class.
For real.
That's my first and only class editing, actually.
And you did all
But
that that you did.
it, it was that good. Like I went through the beginners and intermediate like the same day. It was that good. And once
Wow.
you learn something and you continue to
Yeah.
use it and build, then your skills get better. So that's kind of what happened. Like I kind of just dove like, oh my gosh, I got this. I'm gonna learn it, this and that,
Yeah.
and to see how, because I mostly was a behind the scenes person anyway for whatever I did.
Mhm.
So that part of it was really interesting for me and entertaining because I get to see what we film and then I get to edit it, whatever it is, whether it's a video, whatever, and then to learn how things work and come together.
Yeah.
It just made more sense.
So hold on.
And mhm,
You learned all that in a day. And
yes.
then the first time that I saw you at Mafia, your editing was great. Like great. It was really good. So you're a
When
fat
was that? Because I remember my beginning films.
it was good
My
though.
editing was
Or
not
maybe I caught
good.
no, because I attended like the first couple and you were there,
Well,
right?
I started in 2018, so technically, I don't know when you saw my first one, but technically, when I started editing, I was probably already practicing. But
Okay, all right.
yeah,
But you're good.
okay,
But you're good. But
yeah,
I see that
thank
you're a fast learner. So and that also can speak to how you move about in the industry because you do a lot. You wear a lot of hats. You got your radio show. You're doing the
you.
acting thing. You were writing for a magazine when I first met you.
Mhm.
You're doing your skits. You're heavy on social media. You do interviews. You host all that, and you're moving
Yeah,
around
I
and you're
also
networking really
film.
well.
I do photography.
Huh?
Yeah.
So and that's what I want to talk about. Like I want to know. So okay. So in the beginning,
Mhm.
when you first got here, what were some of the beginning steps that kind of allowed you to dive into media? Was it going to Mafia? Was it meeting certain people, meeting the right people? Like speak to the people to let them know. Like how do you begin? Because there are people who out there like, man, I just don't know who to meet. I don't know how to network because there's an art to networking. People don't
There
know
is.
that. Can't just walk up and say awkward stuff. You'll never get anywhere. And most people are awkward when it comes to that. So speak to that.
Well, okay. So first, what I would say in regards to networking. I wasn't really good at it at first. One, because again, I was behind the scenes person, so I didn't really consider myself, outgoing and all of this. So all of that was a shocker for me. But what I started doing when I became a little bit more active on social media,
Mhm.
that's kind of what helped me network
Okay.
when I began to start communicating through DM, and then I started getting invited to events.
Mhm.
That's what kind of helped me come out of my shell.
Right.
And then once you kind of do it once or twice, you'll know your scene. You know where you're supposed to be. You'll know who you're supposed to be around. Because a lot of stuff I don't do, even if I'm invited to it, it's not my scene.
Yeah, absolutely.
Um, and a lot of places, it's just not good for your energy.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
It comes to when it comes to you as a person
Yeah.
and how you grow, you got to be careful about a lot of people and a lot of energy that you put around you.
You
And I
definitely.
learned that throughout time, especially here, because it's so many of us, and there's so many of us that are hungry,
Yeah.
and we just go about stuff different ways, whether it's wrong, right, we're learning, we're stumbling, we just go about things different ways. And once you learn a person's pattern, you can either follow it or you can go your own way.
Yeah.
And that's kind of what I did. Basically, I was like, okay, what do I really want to do? Had to sit down and think about it
Mm-hmm.
because I was dating at the time. And
That could be tough.
oh no, it definitely was. It was a long distance situation
Oh,
too.
that's even
So
worse.
that
That's even
that was
worse.
definitely tough, because a lot of my time and attention went towards him instead of me and my
Mm-hmm.
craft. So we'll touch on that later. Um,
And then when you start going after your craft and less of him, then it's like, what are you doing? Who are you seeing? Who are you around? Right?
yeah, that no, that was still all inclusive. What that did when I stopped dating him, I began to focus on stuff that I really want to
Mm-hmm.
do. Um, get a little bit more serious, and a lot of stuff start happening really
Right.
fast. So when I say protect your energy, that is something so real. And I had to bump my head 2 or 3 times to really understand that, because once I dove myself into starting something for me,
Mm-hmm.
here comes a big head joker
Of course.
as a distraction.
Of course. How the
And
devil works.
took me off
Of course.
again
As
for
soon
a good
as you,
6
as soon as you
months,
get something going, here they
you
come, or
know,
here
you
something
know.
comes.
So
Yeah.
it's like, I don't know, but I don't want to dwell too much on that. The point of it is to really understand what you want when it comes to the entertainment world and
What you stand
what you're
for.
looking for. Yeah, because
It's a lot of people that'll pull you in,
yeah,
in several different ways, and you can lose yourself really quickly.
very fast. And I'm gonna tell you really quickly. A lot of people hit me up. Can you do this? You should be good to do this and this and this and this. Like they say Atlanta anywhere, they sell more dreams, and
Right.
it's like
Yeah.
it's so real. Like if you will get pushed into situations. Sometimes it works and sometimes it don't,
Mm-hmm.
because there's some people who really got that sense to where they can see, gift in people, versus somebody who just trying to make somebody do something and
Yeah.
sees, whatever happens. But there's some people that really can tell what you have, which is kind of how I'm still with Mafia. Like DeJour was just like, you need to come to Mafia. Like I think you really like it.
Mm-hmm.
Now, mind you,
Wait.
he knew.
Tell everybody what mafia is, because we keep referring to it,
Okay,
but we never.
yes, I'm sorry. Okay, Mafia is make a film in 8 hours, which if you spell it out, MAFI, the number 8 and H.
Yeah.
And it is a monthly film festival that's hosted, and we come together, cinematographers, actors, writers, sound people, videographers, you name it. Prop people, like set designers, whatever
Yeah.
you want to call yourself. At this point, I done it all. So
And you
whatever
make
you
a
want to call
film.
yourself, yeah, we come together once a month, and we create film. We create film because we want to keep using our gifts. We want to be able to build. We want to be able to master our
Yeah.
skill set. Now, mind you, it's not an award-winning film
Yeah.
within that
That,
particular time,
that's what I was gonna
but
say.
it helps
Let them
you.
know that you write, right, or you come up with
Yeah,
the idea first. You write it,
yeah.
you shoot it,
Mm-hmm.
you edit it,
Right.
and then you view
Mm-hmm.
it in 8 hours. So it's a big deal.
Exactly.
It's yeah, it's a task, but it's doable, and it's done every Sunday. Last what Sunday of the month, right?
The last Sunday
Yeah.
of every month, yes. And I've been doing it since 2018. The first time I went, I loved it, and I've been ever since.
Yeah.
And just this past Sunday, they celebrated 2 years
Yeah.
of my
Wow.
field. So
I think I've
that's what's
attended two. I need to get back over there, man. And it's crazy how 2 years goes by so fast. 'Cause I went to the very first one. Now I think I've been
oh,
three, maybe three. I maybe have done three, but yeah, man,
wow.
time flies,
Yeah, I
man.
can't even count how many I've done now. I was just like looking, I was like, oh, I forgot about that one. Like
Yeah,
it's been great. Even if I hadn't filmed, I try to still attend the premiere,
yeah.
because the support of everybody is what helps too.
Oh man, yeah,
Like like once you've done all of that work and we just come just to see ours, that's
yeah,
great. But when you invite people and they still don't show up to come see what you
yeah,
did, so it's kind of like camaraderie. Like,
yeah.
okay, I'll show up because somebody needs to salute them, because it's a lot of hard work.
It
It's no
is.
lie, it's a lot
It
of
is.
hard work to get up early in the morning, to go out, to be everywhere, to do all of that, plus and then get there. And I mean, it's great feedback. The judging panels are from actors, directors,
Right.
producers, acting coaches, from just from
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. So the feedback is great, especially when it comes to creativity, especially when it comes to what people look for in entertainment in regards to film,
Yeah.
and things like that, set design. And like we got some really great feedback this past week. I actually got hooked up with one of the judges. He was like, man, you did a great job on this last film. Like he was telling me
Right.
about my editing. in my cinematography, and he like invited me to a few projects. So,
Oh, that's dope.
projects come out of this, and paid events come out of Mafia. So
Right.
it's not just we go and, we just create, but it creates opportunities too, which is one of the reasons why I love it, because you just never know who's going to show up. You never know. Like, this is my second time getting like directly called back from a judge because they either met me and like my personality,
Right.
or they see my work. So you just never know what happens.
Yeah, man. It's definitely a skill builder.
Yeah.
Definitely have to get back, and
Yes.
I mean, it helps. You know what I want to do? I want to get back and do more editing because I got the acting down. Everybody can go. Everybody wants to show up and act, but I
Yeah.
think the key to Mafia for actors is to learn a different skill set. Go in there,
Yeah.
learn lighting, learn sound, learn because then you can create
I
your own.
I need sound lighting.
I
Yeah.
a
And
de jour, you like create your own. You know what I'm saying? So also, um, let's get back to this network. No, let's get back. You said something about the support, right? And
yes.
I am a big advocate on supporting the people that I follow on social media, or just the people that I like, or I know who's doing some things. I may not even talk to them every day, but if I take the time to follow you and I see you posting something that's related to your business, I'm gonna like
Mhm.
it. I'm gonna tag people, and I'm trying to get people around me in the habit of doing that because it makes a difference. You
Yes.
tag
Good.
somebody, they may or may not see it, but if one person sees it out of the three people that I normally tag, I mean, it does make a difference, and you just never
It
know
does.
what could come out
It
of that. And I'm like, why don't more people do that? It takes nothing. It takes
does.
nothing.
I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna lie. Like, as much as I be on there, I be trying to even just like half of the people that I follow. Like something like that is tedious. Like, I be trying to support and at least comment hearts,
Yeah,
fire, something to where it gets it in the algorithm. Because
yeah.
if they post it, they posting it for a
They posting
reason.
it for a
So
reason.
yeah, and because I mean, I try to do that for anybody who comes up in my thing, even with the stories.
Yeah,
And so
absolutely.
I'm really big on support, and I definitely commend you because you always tagging people, and I'm bad with tagging people. They'll be like, tag them people, and I've been like, oh, shoot, all I did was like it and laugh, like, oh my gosh. And I'm
Hey, it's
like,
all good.
but it be literally, I probably comment on between 200 to 300 people's things a day, because I'm really just going through. I'm trying to keep the interaction, because listen, y'all, once I blow up, somebody else will be trolling it. I'm telling you, y'all will have that special touch, so y'all appreciate it now.
Hey, listen, man. You get like Gary Vee said. I don't know if you know who that is or if you listen to Gary Vee or whatever. But Gary Vee says you have to be a part of the community. If you want people to respond to you and receive you like you want to be received, you got to be part of the community. And that's what you're doing. That's what I'm doing. And I just want to get more people on board of doing it, just taking that lead of saying, hey, you know what? It's nothing to tag three people. Instagram makes it easy for you anyway. You hit the tag, you put the tag symbol, it's gonna populate some people. Just pick three people.
Yeah,
Pick
big
three
three,
people.
right?
It's nothing.
Yeah, I think I don't know. I think
Kani-
people right now are.
Hold on.
There's a lot of.
Kanisha, I'm sorry. Kanisha's in here and Kitwana. Is that she says my
Oh, that's
sister.
my sister. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. She's in here and Kanisha's in here and she's commenting away. She says, "Go, girl," and then he said, "She said he's so good with it. He is awesome for it." Yes, I appreciate it, and I'm just trying to get people to do it. But go ahead, as you were saying, and then we're gonna get into the radio. We're gonna get into some writing information. We're gonna talk about that too. All right, but go ahead.
Okay. No, with the support, like, I see a lot of people, even if I don't know, I think people are really selfish when it comes to media, when it comes to the social platforms.
Hmm.
Like even on Twitter, I'll be trying to like follow the follow trains, and go and be like this and do this. And I'll do it, but then I only see three people do mine, and
Right,
it's like they got to follow, off of me or whatever, which is fine because I don't go back and figure out who's until I'm getting paid to do that.
right.
y'all have at it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's more so they're just trying to get what's for them. Just
Yeah.
pretty much some people, like, I'm not gonna say all, but for the ones that I've noticed, that if I follow you and you say you a part of the community and you don't follow me back,
Mm-hmm.
just know, remember that, because when I get big, you gonna be trying like, oh, let me go ahead and
Yep.
DM her and
Yep.
see if
They're gonna be liking everything. They're gonna follow everything.
this,
That's what people
liking
do.
everything, DMing me, trying to call me, trying to book me, trying to do
Yep.
everything. So literally,
And
when
and and, and the
that,
number one thing is, oh, I know her. That's what they're gonna do. That's what they're
yeah,
gonna do. Yeah. That's what
they
they're
come
gonna do.
out the woodwork. They come out the woodwork.
Yeah.
Whole nother conversation. That is a
Yeah.
whole nother
Yeah.
conversation.
I mean, listen, man, it's so crazy. And I talked about this with somebody else, but I can't remember who I talked about it with. But the people that see your stuff and they say they support you and they don't like you. And by the way, this is not a plea for someone to come and like our stuff. No, because whatever, I don't care.
Right.
It's just, it would be nice if the people that
I
say
would
they
be like,
truly
so,
support you would just click
yeah,
the like button. You ain't even got to share it. Just click the like button.
right.
Then if
Just
you can
click
go
the
the
like button.
extra
Yeah.
mile, tag
You
it, whatever.
looking
But
at it
just click the
anyway.
like button and let me know you were
It
there. Let me
tells
know
it
that
tells you who looked at it. So you might as well just like it. You already
you
seen it.
already looked at it. But see, that's the beauty of the stories, because then you see who's lurking and who's watching,
Yeah.
because they're gonna click on it.
I'm
They're gonna
gonna
watch
tell you
it.
though, it'd be so funny. I can tell you without even thinking about it. If I post a picture of me, I can already tell you how many likes I'm gonna get. If I post a video, I can tell you how many likes I'm gonna get. They're consistent with it.
Yeah,
Like, the people like what they like. They're consistent with it.
yeah.
You show more skin, you get a
Oh,
whole bunch of likes.
you know you.
Like,
Yeah,
seriously, is
yeah. That's the sad part. That's the sad part.
that's the sad part.
You show
That's when
skin.
the support come. Oh, she
Yep,
cute.
yep, yep. You gonna get all the likes in the world. It's crazy.
Mhm.
But
Yeah.
let's talk about radio.
Okay.
How did that come about? Like, what manifested that? What moves did you make? And how is that helping you catapult yourself to the next level of where you're trying to go?
Without saying too much about someone, what happened was I was at a different radio show
Mm-hmm.
and here in Atlanta, and the timing changed, but also something else changed, so I couldn't do the show anymore because of work, of course. The timing changed from 6 a.m. to 10 a.m., so that wasn't good for my schedule.
Right.
So I was thinking, I was like, everybody now knows me as a radio personality. I need to keep that going. Well, I have been talking to a partner for probably about a month
Mm-hmm.
before everything came out. And then I got so much anxiety, literally, like every single time things would come up and not always be trying to make it work.
Mm-hmm.
So this one particular day, it just hit me like Lois Lane Radio. And I was nervous, one, because
Mm-hmm.
mind you, this is only my first time doing radio.
Yeah.
But now I'm having my own show by myself.
Right.
So I'm like, yo, am I gonna be able to do this? Like, I can, I can talk in a conversation, I can make people laugh, I could do whatever, but can I encompass all of that
Yeah.
to present a good product
Right.
for the community? And I want it to be quality. Like, I don't just want to be on
Just
just
talking
talking about
random.
whatever. Like, I want it to be good
Yeah.
because, I mean, I think that's what I present. So I represent. So a lot of anxiety came with that, but that's kind of how it happened. It was just like, you need to do it. I just kept talking to myself. I almost kept talking to myself out of it.
Oh
But
man,
then
yeah.
what happened was God was really like pushing me. And I say that because he started putting people in place to help me.
Mm-hmm.
And he gave me a publicist at first, and then he gave me a social media marketer. Then he gave me a promotional and sponsorship person, and then he just kept adding.
Mm-hmm.
And
All the pieces.
like,
Called a
and then I'm
team.
gonna tell
It's
you
called a team, girl.
blessing, the blessing. But here it is. I didn't seek out. I didn't seek out. That was the thing about it. Like I was doing everything myself.
Yeah.
And the blessing of it is before the show even started, a week before the show even started, I was already booked through March.
Mm-hmm.
Like this was
You talking
in
about
January.
guests?
Yeah,
Yeah.
for guests.
Okay.
Like I was already booked through March. Like we were on the roll. Like now it's April. But the point of it is like I didn't see a lot of things. And then now that I look at it and going through it and having to add people, remove people, different things, learning the process and learning entertainment and learning how to move and who to network with. And a lot of that all comes together at a certain point because you can do so much networking and you can do so much, but if you're not really providing quality with what you're doing, all of that is just going to fall. Like I don't have a lot of time to go out anymore because I want whatever I'm presenting to be the best that I can be at whatever level that I'm at right now.
Absolutely.
And right now I'm at a beginner, but I want to be a good beginner.
Yeah. Listen, as long as you're adding value to people's lives, man, they're going to appreciate it. Whether they want to or not, they're going to appreciate it because if you're adding value, it's all about value. People remember how you make them feel, period. Mm-hmm. People remember that. People remember the knowledge that you give them. So as long as you're adding value, you have nothing to worry about. Just stick to value. That's why, listen, I thought about doing this show for like 2 years, but I couldn't figure out what it needed to be, right? So as soon as it hit me, I was like, oh, okay, now I'm ready. Because I've been ready, but I wasn't ready to present it because I just didn't know the angle. I needed to know that it was going to be of some substance and add value to people. So I was like, you know what? This is what I want to do. Boom. And now I'm doing it. 11 episodes in, and I'm going strong. Slowly but surely, I'll get my following back. Like I got, 6,000, almost 7,000 subscribers on YouTube, but the thing is, I built that up doing tech.
That's awesome. But to get people to subscribe on YouTube is hard.
It's hard as hell. But listen though, it's almost like I'm starting from square one because I built that up with tech. I was doing tech reviews, so those people aren't necessarily flocking to this. You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm back at square one. I'm getting 100 views, 50 views, whatever whatever it is, but it'll grow, and I'm not worrying about that. I'm just trusting the process, providing the value. Whoever wants to tune in and whatever the topic or subject we're talking about, just know you're going to get some value. You're going to get some nuggets you can take with you, help your journey out, and make it easier for you because I'm going to ask the questions to do that. So, I mean, that's what it is. And so kudos to you for doing it because all it takes is to just start and do it. You don't have to know everything. People, I'm telling you, listen, 90% of people who dive in, yes, you have to prepare, okay? And you have to know what the hell you're talking about, but you don't have to have it all figured out. Just do it. You're going to learn along the way. You're going to make your mistakes. Like I got on here, my lighting was terrible. I still have nights where my lighting's still terrible because I'm still struggling with my lighting. Like I'm in a small room. It's bouncing all over the wall. My lighting sucks. I'll start the show and I'm staring into space and my intro don't come on. I'm learning along the way, but it's organic, it's real. I don't care. You know what I mean? You're going to take it how I give it. It is what it is. I'm learning. Whatever. But I'm doing it. There's plenty of people who want to do what we're doing and they're too afraid to take the steps. They keep waiting. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. And they never do it.
Man, that fear is something real.
Crippling.
Like if you don't have the courage to sit down on fear, it will eat you up every time. Like I literally was like, oh my God, can I do this by myself? Like, oh, what do I do? I remember my first show 4 weeks ago. Like it was so long ago. I was so nervous. And the guy was like, okay, you're on. I was like, oh, right. We're here.
Hey, no turning back.
I still get that jittery feeling, but now it's more so an excitement because I'm ready to talk and I have so much to say, or I just want to like have fun. And I know I'm gonna run out of time. Like it always happens now. I gotta cut something short, or But yeah, that first time, that first hurdle was woo.
Yeah, man.
Yes, but the show was good. It was
But
just to overcome that first
but guess what? Guess what though?
anxiety.
If you don't tell
Yeah.
people, they'll never know. You know
Yeah.
why? Because I'm telling you, 90% of the people watching don't have the courage to do it.
You
So
gotta have the. I don't. This is what I used to say. I had to stop saying it because someone told me, "Oh, du jour, Shauna." They told me. I told them. I said. I kept telling myself, "Fail or flourish. I am going to do this," and I kept telling myself that. And there was like, "No, you can't put that negative energy in the atmosphere. You gotta keep positive. You will
you
flourish.
will
You gotta just
flourish.
keep
Yeah.
saying it." From then, I just stopped, and I'm like, but to get over what I felt, I'm like, I gotta try it. That's my motto now.
Yeah.
I don't care what it is. I don't try real estate. Of course, I was
Man,
writing. Like
you preaching to
I've
the
done,
choir, girl.
I've done, I've done so many things that I've even done Shopify. Like I've had online stores that didn't work. Like I've done things to where
Yes.
other people have told me, you need to do this, you need to do this. And then when it didn't work, I felt bad, and I'm like, that's just not for me. Like
Yeah.
I
You
gotta
gotta
really
follow
put
your heart.
in 110% for what I know I can do.
Yeah.
And with radio, it encompasses everything. I like to
Everything.
talk. I like to have fun. I like
Yep.
to act. I like to impersonate. I like to act silly.
Right.
Like it encompasses everything that I really love to do. And I was like, okay, this is my avenue.
Yeah.
So
That's what it
yeah, you just
is.
have to get over that first frightening. I don't care what it is. And me personally, I'm gonna tell you how I got over just some jitters by doing social media stories and singing and
Oh
talking and
yeah.
acting. And because I was my first one, I remember my first one, I was doing lip syncing, and no, but more people were looking at my stories.
Yeah.
But then the first one that I sung, and I'm not the greatest singer, but I really love music. The first one I sung, and I said, "Oh God, I do not want to see these comments. I do not want to see these comments." And when I tell you, I got way like twice as many people looking, and they come every day, like just
Yeah. Waiting for you to do the next one.
yeah, I think it's just the vulnerability and to connect more,
Yeah.
and it's more personable. It's not scripted. It's just
Absolutely.
you
It's
just doing
organic.
you. That's what people want.
It's
Yeah.
organic. And then the thing is, the
Mhm.
number one thing is people worrying about what other people are gonna think about them.
And what happened to me? I had to literally have everything and everybody clean, fresh turn on me for me to realize all I needed was my own support.
That's it.
Literally,
That's it.
literally. What matters is what I feel about myself. What matters is what I think what I can do. That's all that matters. If you agree and if you support me, God bless you, thank you.
Hey,
But that's not necessary for me to keep moving.
listen, you can, and I know you've witnessed this. I know this has happened to you. When you stop looking out and start looking in at yourself and what you're doing, and you're focused on you, you got tunnel vision, and you really start grinding, and you really start putting that out in the atmosphere, everything that you're doing. Then
Mhm.
people start to pay attention. Then people start to say, "Hey, I saw that radio show you're doing. How'd you get that?" Because I'm telling you, I do this show now, and I'm not caring about anybody, what they're saying, how they're feeling, if you're supporting, if you're following, if you're watching, if you're sharing. I love it. If you do, thank you. But I'm not gonna sit up here and beg you. I will promote the show, of course, but I'm not gonna be like, "Hey
Right.
man, please do this." No, and I don't say anything about my show. But people come to me now like, "Hey man, I saw that show, man. I like what you're doing. Um, how do I get on there? Or how are you doing that?" You know what I mean? You get those questions. Now you know
Yeah.
people are watching. They're taking notice, and they're like,
Hmm.
"Oh, this dude has it all together. He's doing it." That's what they think. But lo and
Right.
behold, hell, you learn as you go. You know what I'm saying? You learning along the way. You don't have shit together. You trying to figure it out still while you're doing it, but they don't know
Right.
that. And that's why I said to you,
Right.
if you don't tell them that you were frazzled, that you were, you weren't really that confident in your first show, they don't know that. They don't know
Right.
that because they don't even have the confidence. I know I'm not gonna say everybody, but a lot of people don't have the confidence to even start, to even do it. So looking
What
at
I
looking
think.
at you doing it, they're looking at you like
Mhm.
the expertise.
I want them to be I want them to see the honesty and to see that it, even if it's something that you've never done that you want to try, you still have to be able to get over that first anxiety, that first fear of what's going to happen next,
Yeah.
or what if I, say something crazier. Because all of that really came. And
Yeah.
I mean, sometimes it still comes. It's like, oh my gosh. And I'm trying to, get my guests a little bit bigger in regards to who I'm reaching out
Yeah,
to, like,
absolutely.
really notable names.
Yeah.
So now I'm like really having to like put on my big girl underwear and just like,
Reach
you can
out.
do it. Just reach out and
Yeah. Reach
touch.
out. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because you grow up and you see these people on TV, and now I'm like in it,
Yeah.
and it's like, wow, like I've admired these people for so long, and now I'm reaching out, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I get this opportunity
Yeah.
to interview this person, and it's a great feeling. So you just never know what happens when you step out and you just go for what
Yeah.
you feel like you want to do.
And you never know who's gonna say yes. You get all these no's,
Absolutely,
but you just never know who's gonna say yes. And that one yes can make the difference. You
absolutely.
get that one guest on your show, and everybody tunes in at one time. And hey, guess what? You know what? Maybe the next episode you don't even follow that up with the biggest guest, but now you probably got 100 more people watching, listening,
Right.
checking you. They're gonna, you know what I mean? Like that's how it works. That's and it's
Absolutely.
sad that it happens like that, but it is. That's what it is. That's what entertainment is. You're not popping, or you don't have
Yeah.
somebody that's co-signing you that's popping, they're not checking
Mhm.
for you. But you just gotta keep going until you get it popping,
Oh,
and you
don't
will get it
worry.
popping.
They're gonna be checking for me sooner or later.
Exactly, exactly. That's
Yeah,
how you gotta
so
look
I'm
at it.
not. I mean, they do that now. Like, I be surprised sometimes to be like, "Oh my gosh, you're such and such." Do I know you? Like, it scares me sometimes. Like, oh, I'm a little bit popular now. Like,
Right, right. So listen, let's just so we can sum this up, but I want you to speak to the young girls out there who
Mhm.
are thinking about getting to the entertainment business, who are trying to get into the entertainment business. Like, how should they move?
Mm.
Just like sum it up, though. Sum it up. How should they move so that they are respected and looked upon as a businesswoman and not just some little hussy? You know what I'm saying? Trying to
Right.
get in the door, and maybe it's an opportunity for, say, a male to do whatever to try to entice them with an opportunity. Like, how do you move in this industry? Because you know how it is. Speak to these young girls who don't know, who are naive
And
to it, and may get tricked. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
Several times before someone real comes along and says, "Hey, no, you've been doing it all wrong. People are taking advantage of you, whatever, whatever." Like, just speak to them and tell them how they should move to be respected and to just kind of own your own name, and move in this industry.
um, in a quick summary, um, if you do not understand anything about men and their behavior outside of entertainment, you will definitely not understand within entertainment. So if you don't have a clear understanding, you need a manager. And
Yeah.
uh, even then, be very particular, male or female, be very particular. But the biggest thing is to look out for what the expectation is. What you're offering me this, what are you expecting to get in return?
Mm-hmm.
Because if you don't know clear expectations up front, one thing they might just blow your head up and make it all pretty, but then when you get behind closed doors, it's like, oh, you didn't know this is how it works. Like,
Right.
no.
Yeah.
Like, I've had to turn down a few meetings because
You knew what it
I
was.
knew exactly. Yeah, I knew
You knew what it
exactly what
was.
it was, and it's like, this is why I don't like giving my phone number out, because
Yep.
you never know. You're trying to network, but then they just hitting you up all time of day, like, yo, what you doing? I'm sorry, who's this? Those things you have to look for. Like,
Right.
if it was really business, you can tell. Like, I know that most times people want to be friendly.
Mm,
But if you're hitting up a female, it's not a what you're doing when it comes to business. Like, even if you saying, hey, how's it going? I want to hit you up about this. Like, say something else other than what you're doing, or, you know, can you meet for lunch, or,
right.
something like. They just have to really be very, very careful when it comes to the glitz and glam of it.
Yeah.
If a man is promising you a whole bunch of stuff, 9 times out of 10, you're gonna have to give up a whole bunch of stuff.
Right.
If you're not creating your own way, and if you don't know it, you're gonna have to give up a whole bunch of stuff. Like, I've literally I had to turn down a concert or something. I really thought it was a business opportunity, because they were like, oh, and we work in film together, and they were like, yeah, I got a surprise for you, blah blah blah, and they know I want to work with Tyler Perry so bad, and so I thought this was one of those times. Well, no, he said, I'm taking you such and such. Be ready at. No, sir, you're not. I don't know
Oh
where you
man.
got the idea, but I don't roll on those pop-ups like that. Like,
Any
no.
any
Like,
any type of
I
way.
really because that's all we was talking about.
Right.
Like, hook up for. But since I know now, what that avenue is, I stay away from it.
Yeah.
Especially with him. Like, it's just so.
Oh,
But yeah, they just really have to be
so in a
careful.
nutshell, be about your business, keep it business, and just know better. If it doesn't feel right, it probably isn't right in the entertainment industry. If it don't feel right, it's not right. Don't,
Smallest feeling you
yeah,
get, I'm telling you, even if it's like, even if you digging somebody that's in the business, that ain't good at all.
yeah,
Like,
yeah, yeah. Don't
seriously, if
do it.
you don't have together, they don't have their stuff, it doesn't work.
Right. Save yourself. Well, listen,
Yes.
we're gonna wrap it up. It's been a pleasure. It's been a pleasure. I don't think I asked you any of the questions I had for you, but we covered a
I,
whole lot.
I told you I can talk.
No, but it's good though because you covered a whole lot without me even having to ask, honestly. So it was good, very informative. So I hope somebody watches this and can take from this. But I do appreciate your time. Thank you for coming on. You guys check her out. Make sure you go follow her on Instagram. It's I am MS Elo, Miss Elo, and then what? The Lois Lane Radio Show.
The Lois Lane Radio Show.
Yes, check her out
Yes.
on there. That's her Instagram for her radio show. Check her out on Instagram, man. She's popping. She's doing a thing. She's always on her story. Always on her story doing something. So very entertaining, very talented. Make sure you check her out. Make sure you check me out as well. KoolKard. You probably already know that, but KoolKard. Hit the subscribe button, guys, if you found something to take away from this that's informative or that you can share with your friends. Hit the subscribe, like it, all that good stuff. Until next time, we'll be back with episode 12 next week. But you guys make sure you check out Elo and listen to her show too. Plug your show real quick. Friday nights when?
Okay, Friday nights at 8 p.m. to 9 on Real 1100 AM. It also streams live on iHeartRadio and TuneIn.
Yes. Tune in, check her out. She's doing big things. She just started. Fall through, give her some encouragement. She does have some good guests on there. And she's doing a thing, y'all. All right. So until next time, peace. See you later. God bless. Gotta go. We out.